man, the next 2 or 3 weeks is going to be a little bit harsh, but
Yep.
hey, do what you got to do.
What is up to everybody that has joined? As always, our show is totally up to you guys to join in and talk random shit. So we encourage that. Please do. Comment. That way we know we're not just randomly talking to like 3 people or less than. It's okay. People are already dropping. So we're good. Let's see here. Let's start off with what the news is already blasting all over the place. Elon Musk buys Twitter for $44 billion.
With a B.
With a B. Now, the interesting part on this, when you think about it, we know he's not going to make a shit ton of money out of this to start because everybody's just straight abandoning Twitter. Well, the left is abandoning Twitter. I think it's probably being vacuum filled by conservatives, Republicans, central other people. But I think it's interesting to also note that prior to the buyout, 98.7% of Twitter employees were donating to the Democratic midterms.
98%?
Yeah. How about that shit?
Interesting.
But
I wonder if that's going to change, or because typically corporations will kind of, let's have a meeting. We'll have an all hands on meeting.
Yep.
Here, we're part of this pack, and join this pack, and a portion of your paycheck could go to.
yeah, it's all about the money.
I've been there.
I think it's forever going to be about the money, regardless of who's going where. But there are a lot of people saying that Musk's buyout of Twitter is this huge encroachment on, the ecosystem that social media is. It's all inclusive. Take your pick at whatever, buzz term you want to use. Yeah. But I think Elon is, the person we need right now because he's buying it solely for the fact to free it up. Now, some people could say, well, that's what Trump's did. That's his Truth Social platform, which we literally just got on after signing up in February.
Congrats.
Yeah.
I haven't checked mine yet, but I'm getting people that follow me, so I'm thinking I'm in. And just last week, I was like 627,000 in line to join.
Ooh.
So
I was
I
310. So you should be coming up here in the next month or so.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Good evening, Larry Adams. Thanks for joining, brother.
I see Tim from Elite Weapon Solution is in.
What's up, Tim? We hung out last night.
I know. I saw him in the Cigar show. Was he?
Oh, you saw him?
Yeah.
Wait.
What?
No.
Maybe.
That was someone else.
Someone else.
Yeah.
Look like him.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, we all look the same.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is very
I
insensitive.
can say that.
Let's see here. Joseph Wheelock says the First Amendment is a major ingredient and foundation of democracy. Yeah, that's why it's number 1. And number 2 right behind that is the right to bear arms, which ensures the First Amendment. But
1 and 2.
there are people that don't want to have either,
Right. Yeah.
which are the same people crying about Twitter being sold to Elon because they know he's not going to regulate it and shadow ban people. I personally would prefer if Elon had bought Instagram or Facebook.
Well, he would have to buy Facebook because Facebook owns Instagram, but yeah, maybe that's next.
God.
Him buying Twitter, I believe I saw a stat that was like a sixth of his wealth.
Fuck.
Yeah.
He's still going to have to fucking liquidate some stock in Tesla and some other shit, but yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's a nice chunk.
a sixth of your income to buy, spend $44 billion. But
like, how did they transfer that money? Is that shit like
it's a
wire
cashier's
transfer?
check? Maybe a money order.
Oh God! Can you imagine being the bank processing that?
Yeah.
We got some fees in here. There's going to be a document fee, fucking processing fee.
Yeah. I'd like to be the person. Yeah. How many zeros is that? Yeah.
That's a lot of zeros.
I don't think I've used as many zeros on my keyboard ever.
No. In other news, for those of you flying, you will note that there is no more mask mandate. Yeah.
I haven't flown since then. I'm excited, and I don't have anything booked this year necessarily, but I'm kind of excited. I feel like I just want to book a flight to just to enjoy the non-mask.
Well, I may have to fly here pretty soon to Vegas for a little side project, but we'll cover.
What we've talked about before?
We'll see how far that gets.
Do you know when?
I don't.
So it's just up in the air.
We're waiting on them to decide the date. So
interesting.
But okay. I got a DM from said individual at said company.
Slid in the DMs.
Yeah. Which he's always welcome into the DMs. But
of course.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Let me know that date. Maybe we can.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can come out. We can,
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's assuming that Vegas isn't still mandating masks. I really don't want to wear a face diaper.
No, when I was there for SHOT Show, 2 weeks later, they removed the mask mandate.
Oh, they did?
In casinos.
Fucking dumb.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We got some viewers in Vegas. I don't know if anyone's been in Vegas here lately, but I had just learned, or at least saw, where the mask mandate was taken away from casinos. I don't know the rest of the place. I still see people wearing masks anyways, but which is fine. It should be a choice.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, I mean, we have, our vice president who is double boosted and wears masks probably, everywhere and anywhere, and now has COVID.
They're not really wearing it everywhere. They're wearing it when they're in front of the camera.
True, but...
Because there's videos of all different kinds of fucking people masking up, walking out on the stage, and then pulling the mask off. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that.
I get it.
Beers for Dano says he just got back from Hawaii and it was fantastic. Damn.
Aloha.
Yeah, no shit. I'd like to do that. That'd be fucking fantastic. But on the heels of that...
Hold on. I don't know this company, but I just like their name. What's on your page? Gun Butter.
Oh, yeah.
Gun Butter. I guess that's like a lube.
It could be. But I think this particular individual, Gun Butter, is more... photos and videos. I could be wrong, but break out what you do in there.
Yeah.
Because we've drank heavily since the last time. Let's see here. So, on the heels of the no mask stuff, the government's favorite mouthpiece on Flovid, Mr. Fauci, says that the coronavirus response across two president administrations said in an interview on Tuesday that the U.S. was certainly out of the pandemic stage, though he cautioned that a larger global pandemic was still ongoing. I don't know if y'all seen any of the video footage out of China, but
they went to a lockdown again, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're straight up just fucking their people up. People just getting snatched out of the street, beaten with whatever they've got in their hand. It's pretty gnarly. Man.
For not wearing a mask.
I don't know. All I have is the video, which can be a bit fuckery because you don't have a timestamp, you don't have a date, and you don't have context.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, running around in a Tyvek suit, beating people with a rod, dragging them away from their family, that sounds about, the shitty part.
Yeah, it's a communist country. I mean, they do what they need to do.
Yes, they do. All right, Gun Butter Official says, we are a lubricant of choice for Nighthawk Custom, Zevtech, Masterpiece Arms, and more. Look for a care package soon.
Okay.
We're always looking for good lube. I mean...
I agree, yeah. I mean,
lube is important.
Need the lube.
Lube is important.
Lube is life.
I mean...
You can use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trademark that.
Yeah. Yeah, follow Cigars and Guns, and would love to hook up with y'all as well. The name, just the name alone, I love it.
Yeah. I've talked to this company in our DMs a few times, but Ink Mom Cubed with the I can't.
I mean, you got my followers can't see what your guys are saying, so
maybe we need a show IG page, that way everybody can kind of flock to that. But that's just another fucking page to manage.
It's another page to manage, and
I can't with that. But
and then we have to gain the followers. It's a whole thing. It's a whole ordeal.
Fuck all that.
Anyways, I'd love a comment. No one likes it dry.
Yeah, no one likes it dry. I'm gonna heart that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's greatness.
So in South Carolina, a prisoner who was scheduled to be executed in the state more than a decade has decided to die by firing squad instead of the electric chair.
You get a choice?
Apparently, in Carolina, South Carolina, you do.
What the fuck?
I kind of like his dedication and, if you want to say, balls for like choosing that. I don't know what he did.
Like, who's shooting him? Like,
So it's
like a sniper or
no,
something?
it's
Or is it just
the prison workers.
Oh,
So
shit.
the guys, yeah, it's like maybe the guy was in jail for 20 years,
Okay.
and I'm sure you got to meet some of the, you know, jailhouse workers or whatever, the officers, but apparently they're the ones that are going to be shooting the rifle to end this guy's life.
Do they have a target, or are they just full on go for the face?
The last time I saw execution, was never.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
I imagine I don't know if it's a group. They didn't say how many officers there are, what weapon they use. I have no idea.
Dude, that's pretty fucking savage. Because
Can
if
I-
they suck and they just end up winging you,
Yeah, yeah. Is it do they shoot center mass? Can I pop them in the forehead type thing? I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, the dude's 57. I didn't figure out or learn exactly what he did
yeah.
or why he's in jail, but
well, if he did some dumb shit and he's on death row, he probably
Yeah.
fucking murdered somebody
Yeah.
or people. So, okay, so moving on
eh.
to more positive, happy news in this live here. In case you guys haven't heard, the government's talking about mass food shortages coming this winter, which is interesting that they can predict that. The other part that's kind of interesting, and I didn't make a foil hat, but it is noteworthy, especially if you go out to Google and look at the different local news reports. None of this has made major headlines, but there's about 20 different food plants, like large food plants across the U.S. that have mysteriously burnt down, or there have been mass fire breakouts, something along that line.
How many?
20 plus.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a shortage because these fucking
Well, the
plants.
shortage is coming.
Well, yeah.
But this was prior, that comment was made prior to all the fires.
Yeah.
So I went out
yeah.
and, I Googled the story. I tried to look objectively at, is it somebody stirring some shit up? But if you go and you search on it, use your Google foo and get in there and look for it, you will see like all these stories about different food plants. You'll see the latest one, which I think was in PA. There's some in California that have burnt down, the PA one. And then if you keep going down, you'll see all of these fires that have broken out. It's pretty fucking, it's a little scary.
They're basically destroying the
The
plant
supply, yeah.
and the supplies and everything for them to do. Yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising,
That's-
but at the same time, if you're bored, check it out.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Off topic, will you guys port a bull 4-inch barrel? We actually don't just randomly blast holes in barrels because it looks cool. We actually do the research around it and a lot of engineering to ensure that we're efficient. Right now, that research has only gone into the Staccato P, C2, and soon to be XL. We're not in the business of just blasting holes with no data into people's shit. There's a lot of companies out there that do that. I'm sure one of them would be more than happy to randomly drill holes. We do not. So,
Yep.
moving on.
So Urban Ninja.
Oh, okay.
First, he says, "Sweet Average Joe shirt."
Oh, thank you. Gotta rep our homies.
Yeah.
So I've got my Cigars and Guns leather cap, which you can buy at cigarsandguns.com.
Yep.
I have my Average Joe's Range Day shirt. Huge supporter in those guys. So, but
Yeah. No, good dudes.
Definitely.
He also said he was in Vegas a couple weeks ago. No mask mandate.
Even better. So hopefully that trip solidifies here pretty soon,
Yeah.
so I can see how much direct flight from DFW to Vegas is going to run me
Yeah.
a few days before.
Or maybe it gets paid for you. It's probably.
I'm going to assume
Hopefully.
it will be.
It should. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll tote the note on that. I need the miles.
So I have some French people coming in because last week we had a friend visit,
Yeah.
Baptiste.
Yep.
He's from France. Good dude. And so I gained some French followers. So we're in Plano, Texas.
Yep.
That's where we're at right now. But thanks for joining. I appreciate it.
So if they don't know where Plano, Texas is, we are kind of middle and bottom of the U.S. Very close to the Mexico border. Not close, but close.
Hola. Jay
¿Cómo
Shibby,
estás?
yeah, Jay
Muy bien.
Shibby's from Vegas, so she can attest to the mask mandate, things like that.
Okay.
What's up, Oliver? Thanks for joining, man.
Our shop homie. What?
So yeah,
What?
so Jen Shibby, she works at the range in Vegas.
Okay.
So if and when we go,
I think that's where it's going. I could be wrong, but we'll discuss this
okay,
after.
yeah.
Ralph
Thank you,
Camo
Jen.
has joined the chat. What is up, my man? Kurt, we need to sidebar. I need some help. I'm dying in Illustrator. I may have to pay you in like expensive liquor or something.
Reach arounds.
Yeah,
I've
but
heard.
it's not going well. but we'll circle back on that. We'll fucking Jane Pansky the shit out of that one.
Hey, Kathleen, thanks for joining.
Happy 100th birthday to Federal Ammunition. Founded today, April 27th, 1922. I don't know how many folks are out there shooting Federal ammo. We've got ammo that we've run through them, some of their premium line stuff. We used to carry hydro shocks back in the day.
Yep.
After the elusive Black Talon was pulled, which really got re-released without the coating as Ranger SXTs.
Yeah.
And same exact thing, SXT. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But there's that. Congrats to SIG for winning the Army's next gen squad weapons program. Valued at $4.5 billion, the Army will receive over 35,000 weapons, which include the XM5, the XM250, and the NGSW rifle. And if I'm not mistaken, are the XM series similar to the AR platform?
Yeah.
It's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. I don't know how many or if all of them are full auto, but they did speak about, a large majority of them being full auto. Obviously, it's for the Army. They need what they need
Yep.
for special operations and stuff. So, yeah, congrats to them. I mean, that's huge. I think the contract is 10 years, I believe.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's quite the accomplishment. I mean, 4.5 billion.
Yep. Kurt, you got a deal.
I don't drink.
All right.
There you go.
So I'll let you hit the next one.
Yeah, so U.S. Representative Madison Cawthorn, he's a North Carolina representative. He was caught with a staccato trying to board a plane.
What?
He was in security, and he had a staccato with him as he was trying to board a plane.
So he was in TSA's line
Yeah.
with a hot gun on his person?
And apparently this is the second time that's happened.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, we carry, but I know that if we're going to travel, I mean, we know not to have it on us. If we travel with a gun, it's going to be properly stored and sent through the security whatever. But the dude had it on him, loaded, and apparently in North Carolina it's a misdemeanor charge.
Ugh. Yeah.
Maybe he thought, state representative, I can do whatever I want. I'm in North Carolina. It's a state. I don't know.
Well, what party is he aligned with?
Republican.
Well, they're not any brighter than the so. Yeah. I guess all the people in power are just little too drunk. Maybe just, hey, federal law doesn't apply. Well, in some cases, that's very true. It doesn't apply to them because there are definitely rules for them and rules for us.
Yeah.
Ugh, shit.
Yeah. So Jen works at the range 702.
Okay.
It's a great range. I've visited before, not with Jen, but I'll have to definitely make a trip up there with her.
Yeah.
Unscented 9.0. What's up? Thanks for joining.
All right. So this next one's a bit of a doozy. A California woman had to be rescued from from a portable toilet where she fell in attempting to retrieve her cell phone. I'd say she had a pretty shitty day.
Yeah, this is where we segment off of the basic news that you may or may not have heard, and across your news feeds if you're watching news or whatever, or you tune in every Wednesday at 6 p.m. to catch gun related news. However,
Yes.
this is a section that we call in other news, where it's kind of like the weird stuff that you typically may or may not see in your local news. But yeah, this lady apparently dropped her phone in some type of portable type toilet. She's from California, but she was visiting Washington, and her phone fell in there. She attempted to grab it. She fell in there, got stuck, and I don't know how someone. She had to be rescued. Obviously, EMS came and took her out. She got stuck. They had to take her out. They washed her down.
Oh yeah, she probably looks like a Smurf, because most of that stuff is filled with that blue dye.
She's a brown Smurf, maybe.
I mean,
and whatever else is in there.
I don't make it a habit of looking down in and like hanging out.
Well, obviously, it's blue, so you have looked around.
I've been in enough porta shitters to know.
Yeah, so I mean, my wife brought this story up to me, and I looked it up, and I was like, my phone. If that happened to my phone, it's gone.
Yeah,
I'll replace it. I'll buy a new one. That phone is gone. I never want to see it again. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh shit. That's good stuff. Yeah, that's fucking gross.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Like, what kind of shit do you have on your phone
that you need it?
Yeah. Thank you. That you're literally going that hardcore on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't imagine the stuff that was in there other than just your basic 1 and 2.
Yeah.
There's gotta be other stuff, yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Probably some corn.
In other news, the Blues Brothers now have their own line of pre-rolled joints. For those of you that are aware of who even the Blues Brothers are,
Pre-rolled.
Yeah, it's the working man's joint. And the best part is Jim Belushi, who's John Belushi's brother.
Yeah.
John died like late 80s or early 80s.
Yeah, I'd say early 80s.
Yeah, early 80s. So his brother Jim, who's been in some movies and stuff, now has a weed farm.
Okay.
I think it's in Washington.
Yeah.
It's called Belushi Farms. And he went to Dan Aykroyd, who owns the Blues Brothers brand, and pitched the average man's joint to him.
Okay.
And I guess everything signed off, and now they have their own weed. Because Dan Aykroyd does his Crystal Skull rum.
Vodka.
Or is it vodka?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's some weird shit.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
You know how I saw that? Belushi Farms apparently has a show.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the name of it, Belushi Farms. So
Okay.
if y'all are just looking for shit to do when you're bored, there you go.
What's up, Ron? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I guess if you're in Washington, take a visit to Belushi Farms and
Yeah,
get
it's
a joint rolled for the common dude.
the common man's weed. Whatever.
I mean, are they going old school? I mean, I don't know the whole realm of weed and stuff. I know the big thing right now is like gummies.
I don't know.
I don't know. Do people still buy joints?
I don't know. Fuck.
Do people still buy joints?
Yeah, it's in Oregon.
Oh.
But yeah, my assumption is they do, because there's a whole fucking TV show around it. So
Okay.
yeah, sketch.
All right. Like a TV show or a podcast?
No, it's legit like on TV
Oh, shit.
on cable.
Is it like on Vice or something? One of those channels?
No, I think it is on maybe TLC
Interesting.
or something like that.
Wow.
Y'all Google it. It's somewhere.
Okay.
I don't remember where the fuck I saw it.
Yeah.
All right,
Interesting.
this next one is you.
Yeah. Quick discussion when traveling, oceans or mountains, and why? What do you think?
Destination?
Yeah.
Mountains.
I love both, but I'll have to agree probably mountains as well. Growing up in El Paso, we were surrounded by mountains.
Yeah.
Going into New Mexico, beautiful mountains, and I just like the view.
Yep. I mean, every year we go to Utah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
you went to one of our hot spots on y'all's retreat, Park City.
Yeah.
So, it's like the most liberal city in the entire state. But you're literally like drop down and it's just ski mountains all around you.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that we go there. That and we get shamed because we're not driving a Subaru.
Oh, yeah. That, and don't bother even asking to order a double of any alcohol.
No straws unless they're paper.
Yeah.
They have a straw ban.
Yeah. I'd bring my own fucking straws.
Oh, our fact checker has helped us again. It's the Discovery Channel.
Thank you.
Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you for following us and keeping us honest.
She's our biggest fan for sure.
She is our biggest
at least
fan.
yours.
Ugh. All right. What's y'all's preference? Ocean, mountains?
Yeah, Kathleen says the mountains.
All right. So that's 3 for mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are some super exotic beach locations
Oh, yeah, for sure.
that are absolute fire. But,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, 9mm slinger says ocean.
Yep.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I just like the mountains.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't like is not being able to breathe past,
Yeah.
9,000
Get up to
feet.
9,000 square feet. Yeah, you're a little get winded, and yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
So in Cigar News,
Mountains.
a while back, we talked about the federal government wants to ban flavored cigars and menthol cigarettes.
Ugh, are they back on this shit?
Yeah,
again?
so this happened right about a year ago.
I remember.
Because the news came back today where apparently the whole thing took a step forward, major step forward, as the proposed rules cleared the White House Office of Management and Budget, which they call the OMB. This article, references the OMB, and basically what that means is once you clear the OMB, there's still a few of steps for the FDA to take before it can be announced. The rulings behind that, but for them to get past the OMB is pretty significant, and which means that they're getting closer to banning flavored cigars and menthol cigarettes. I'm not a fan of either one of those, but it's just important for people to understand.
They should have a right.
Well, yeah. I mean, the I wouldn't say the average cigar smoker, but a lot of new cigar smokers, that's kind of like their flavored cigars is their entryway into cigars, because they're flavorful.
Are you talking about like black and milds and stuff like that?
Maybe not a black and mild, but like a Swisher Sweet. For my cigar guys, it's the company called Drew Estate. They make a line called Acid, and
That sounds horrible.
yeah, essentially, and they have like vanilla and like really sugary tasting cigars. And what that means is they'll spray the cigar leaves with this chemical flavoring, roll them up, and now you have a cigar that tastes like either sugar or some type of sugar packet, and at least that's how I explain it. And or there's some that rum flavored and coffee flavored, but again, it's an entryway into the cigar world. It's a good way for sometimes women will smoke those if they're kind of like, oh, I don't like cigars and that's too big or whatever. That's what she said. And it's a good entryway, so it helps cigar shops and the industry for people to get into cigar smoking, which is healthier than cigarettes. Getting rid of menthol cigarettes, I don't care. Do that, but for the cigar portion of it, I don't agree, and let us have the choice. What do y'all think? I don't know if there are any sweet cigar smokers out there. Nothing wrong with that. I get it, but
Do you? Do you get it?
I do. I do. And sometimes they'll smell good, but oftentimes they don't. But you can tell if you walk into a cigar lounge and someone's smoking one of those acids. You kind of look around. You kind of
You're looking for the bands.
Yeah. Yeah. Willem Treadaway says, "I enjoy the mountains, but give me a secluded beach in the Caribbean for a week for total relaxation." Makes sense. I get it.
Do you know if the OMB is banning dip flavors like chewing tobacco?
It wasn't in there. I didn't see anything about chewing tobacco. But yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's in that same realm, right?
I would assume.
Yeah. Urban Ninja says summer beach, winter mountains.
Okay.
That's great.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
think that's a good little mix.
Yeah, Ron says the mountains. I get it.
Yeah. All right. So we don't have any gear. Let's move on.
Yep. Got some events coming up.
Yeah, we do. We've got quite a few, and I forgot to update the latest. We'll start with Average Joe's. Average Joe's Super Rad Range Day is May 28th. I believe it's sold out in a couple of minutes.
Of course.
But we'll be out there. We're huge supporters of that group. We got some big stuff coming with them, so make sure you're following our socials for announcements. Outside of that, we have TTPOA conference. We've got some things around that we need to notify you guys about. One specifically, shop will be closed from May 3rd through May 6th, and then we'll be back regular operating hours that Monday. So we will be monitoring email as best we can, but it will be a delayed response for sure. But for those of you who don't know what TTPOA is, that's Texas Tactical Police Officers Association. That is a nonprofit organization that puts on education and training for law enforcement officers. They also help donate equipment and gear and training to law enforcement officers that can't afford it. I highly recommend you sign yourself up to become a member, donate, and help support that organization.
Yeah.
But we will be out there for their conference. It's pretty cool. Yeah, if you're LE and you're anywhere in the U.S., you can sign up and come down and check it out. It's pretty cool. We try and go every single year, provided that COVID doesn't cancel it.
Urban Ninja got a ticket to Range Day, so he'll see you there.
Bitchin', yeah.
Yeah.
Come find us. We'll be there.
Congrats.
NRAM is coming up May 27th.
Yeah.
We will not be there.
I'll be there.
He'll be there.
Yeah.
I won't.
Yeah. So I mean, I could care less about the NRA. It's not about the annual meeting or whatever. I'm going there because Brent Ellis is going to be there. Some other guys in the gun industry that I enjoy hanging out with, and that's it.
Where is it this year?
Houston.
Okay.
It's close enough for a drive. So
It
otherwise,
is.
yeah. I mean, that's the only reason I'm going. The show itself, I'll probably be hanging out at the Brent Ellis booth anyways. But other than that, I mean, there's a range day before the show starts that I'll be going to, and yeah, just hanging out with those dudes. It's just fun as shit. If you change your mind, let me know. We can carpool if you can. End of May.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Tell me about the Texas Cigar Festival in Houston.
Yeah, so it's a big cigar fest. They haven't had it in 2 years for obvious reasons. We won't get into that. But yeah, it's a big festival. You go in, you pay your money. They have catered food, all the cigars that you can ever need or want.
Indoor, outdoor?
It's both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this year. I forgot. I think it's going to be at Energy Stadium.
Damn.
Yeah, if I'm correct, before it used to be at a cigar shop, and then I guess the guy owned the back area. It was like a big cemented area, covered, and then where they had the tables and drinks. They had bars, again, they have cigar vendors out there, so you can buy, all sorts of cigar singles, boxes, you name it, swag and all that stuff. So really cool. I was there, I think 2 years in a row, probably 18 and 19. It's a great place to kind of meet up again with your buddies and meet vendors and everyone in the cigar industry. So good event. If you get a chance, you check it out.
Sounds like something
Yeah.
I should do.
Yeah, May 14th.
Nice. Nice. All right.
Yeah. So you talked about your hours. We
Yep.
haven't had something that's grinded our gears in a while.
A juicy one.
But today, yeah,
What happened?
I signed up as a distributor for this, what I think is a pretty major company, and I made my first purchase today. And in that process, submit order, big red button, you submit order, but it never asked for my credit card information. And then there was no place to even enter, credentials or credit card number, which is normal, right? So I called the company and they said, the guy answered and I was like, I made this order, and how do I pay for it? He goes, well, typically it'd be COD. And I'm like, who the hell does COD? If you don't know what that means, it's cash on delivery. The whatever UPS or whatever delivery people go to your house, they'll deliver the thing, but they ask for payment there. Of course, they don't take credit card. It has to be a physical check. I've never paid COD before, right?
Yeah.
So I
neither have
imagine.
I.
And so, alongside that, he said, if you don't do that, you can just mail us a check.
Sketch.
So I was like, well, I don't use checks. I don't have checks. Is there any other way? He goes, I think you could do a bank wire transfer. I said, yes. Give me the instructions. Let me do that. I'll send the money over. And I was just like super frustrated because their website is really, really nice. And this is a gun distribution company. They have NFA items in there. They have any and all, firearms that you can think of. And I don't want to name the company, but it was just super weird. So,
Yeah, that is weird. But, I mean, what do you do?
I wired them the money, which cost me, a certain fee because my bank, charges a fee. But I was like, look, I want to get these items, but I don't know. I don't know how long that can sustain. If there's not like a credit card option or whatever. And I don't know if they're trying to save money on the fees or something, the credit card processing fees, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't know. We'll see. That's my gripe. Wasn't too happy. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, hopefully I'll get the items.
That is random as shit, though.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
But what do you do?
Yep. No other topics. If y'all have anything to talk about, let us know. Otherwise, we will be here in 2 weeks because these guys will be at TTPOA.
Yep.
Join us, not this Wednesday, but every other Wednesday. Any other Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, live from